Okay, in this video, we are going to start the layout for our skimmer. You are going to need a file folder, cardstock, or a piece of any rigid paper-like material. You're going to need a ruler that measures in customary US English units. I recommend one that works with 1/16 of an inch. I also recommend using a pencil. First thing that I would do is I would take your file folder. You're also going to need some scissors, and I would cut this in half along the edge. I've done this already to expedite our process and save a little bit of time. If you have two different pieces, if you have an edge that has ridges on it, I would try not to use that, although that doesn't make a huge difference. Try to use whatever flat edge you have possible. I'm going to spin this around to the top for our flattest edge. And next what we're going to start doing is we're going to measure down on the left side of our paper. I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to place 0 at the top edge of the paper. I'm going to start by making a mark down 1/2 inch. I recommend using a small V. A small V will allow you an arrow pointing to the actual measurement itself. After you've made your mark at 1/2 inch, make a mark at 3.5 inches, and then 4. Your fourth mark will need to be 7 inches. So again, you made a mark at 1/2 inch, 3.5 inches, and 4 inches. Our lowest mark is at 7 inches. I'm going to repeat this step on the opposite side of my paper. Half, 3.5, 4, and 7. For this, I'm going to connect some of these lines with solid lines, others with dotted lines. Okay, our 7-inch marks, our 7-inch and 4-inch marks get connected with a solid object line. This will be a line that we cut completely through. Our 3.5 inch line and our 1/2 inch line will not be completely solid lines. We are going to place 0 on your ruler on the left side for your 3.5 inch line to your 3.5 inch mark. Okay, we're going to start by making from left to right, we're going to make a 3-inch solid line. From 3 inches, I'm going to make a dotted line out to 11 inches. I can also make a mark at 11 inches so that I know that this is an end, or where we end, 11 inches. 3 inches. I'm going to repeat the same process for our 1/2 inch marks. So again, 3-inch solid line. From 3 inches to 11 inches, we're going to make a dotted line. If you go over a little bit, hopefully you're using a pencil, you can erase any lines that you may have missed. From here, I'm going to connect my two 3-inch solid lines with a dotted line. Our dotted lines are going to be fold lines. Our solid lines are going to be cut lines. Our 11-inch marks, I can actually connect through from our 4-inch solid to the top of the material with a solid object line. This line will be cut. Your skimmers are actually only going to end up being 11 inches long in total. 4-inch horizontal line up to the top of our paper through our 11-inch marks. Okay, please be as accurate and precise with this as you can. Right now we've actually completed our main body panel. This is the main body panel of our skimmer. Please put your first, last name, and the material on, and our class hour on this. So my first name, Mr. Stetzer. First name, last name. Class, I'm just going to say 2020. If you are in virtual section 1, 2, or 3, please put that. If you are in a room number, please put your room number or period that you have for class. Okay. This is also our main body panel, so I'm going to put MBP because I know it's our main body panel. Okay. This piece could be cut out now. We could cut along our object line here and object line here, leaving our main body panel. Note, these 3-inch lines get cut only in a slit. They do not, nothing is cut off here. We're cutting from the left up to our dotted lines. Cut from the left up to the dotted line. Okay. Next, we're going to lay out some lines along the top edge of our skimmer, or along our 4-inch horizontal line. For this, I'm going to place 0 on the right. I'm going to make my first mark, 0 on the left. I'm going to make my first mark at 1/2 inch. My second mark is going to be at 3 inches. Three and a half. Six. 6 1/4. Six 3/8. Nine 3/8. Nine 1/2. Okay. So again, our measurements on this top, we should have 1/2 inch, 3 inches, 3 1/2, 6, 6 1/4, 6 3/8, 9 3/8, 9 1/2. What we're going to do now is we're going to make the marks and measurements on the bottom of our material, on the bottom 7-inch horizontal line. So I'm going to slide my material up so that you can see this a little bit easier. Move my ruler down. Again, we're measuring from left to right. Okay. Our first measurement is going to be 3 inches. Our second will be 6 inches. So again, 3 and 6. Okay. Next, we're going to make a mark at 6 3/8. Nine 3/8. And then we're going to make one at 9. We're going to add another 3/8. So 1, 2, 3, 9 3/4. Now we just have to play a little game of connect the dots. The first line that we're going to mark, I'm going to place 0 at my lowest 3-inch mark up to my 3-inch mark on the horizontal 4-inch line. I'm going to connect these two 3-inch marks with a solid line, solid object line, and I'm going to make a mark at 1/2 inch. I'm going to repeat that same step with my 6-inch marks. Solid line, mark at 1/2 inch. Okay. So we've made a mark at 1/2 inch up. In these two 3-inch by 3-inch squares, we also have a mark 1/2 inch in from the upper left corner. We're going to connect that mark, that 1/2 inch mark, down at an angle to our lower 1/2 inch marks. To do this, we're going to use a solid object line. These two pieces are going to be what will make up our fins. Please put your first and last name, your class, so are you V1, 2, or 3, or are you room 104? Whatever section or class number you are, please place in here. I'm just going to use 2020. And then what is this piece? This is our fin 1. Do the same thing here. First, last, class, part. Okay, this is going to be fin 2. We should have 1 fin, 2 fin. These triangles are scrap, so I'm going to just write scrap. Last part we have to make is our scoop. Okay, our scoop's going to be in this area. The scoop is relatively simple to construct and to lay out our lines for. We're going to connect our 6 1/4 inch line or mark to our 6-inch mark. This creates a small sliver. This sliver will also be scrap. Okay. From here, I'm going to slide my ruler over. We have two 6 3/8 inch marks. I'm going to connect these with a dotted fold line or construction line. This is for construction. We are not cutting this line. We are going to fold this line. Okay. Our 9 3/8 inch marks, again, we're going to connect them with a dotted line. Our 9 1/2 inch mark to our 9 3/4 inch mark, we are going to connect with a solid object line. Okay. The space at the top of our scoop between the dotted lines and our angled lines should be 1/8 of an inch. The space from the bottom should be 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Remember, this is our scoop, so I'm going to write my first name, last name, class, and part. All of the material to the to the right, below is scrap. This is scrap as well. So I'm going to write scrap. In each of these pieces. Now, I'm not going to walk you through this. I will show you in the next video. After cutting out each of these pieces, you need to cut your solid lines and dotted lines. All of the scrap can be recycled.